Hello. Hi, Izrin. I believe that's Charisse. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello. Can you hear me loud and clear? Hi, welcome to today's live. Great. Hi, Ibrahim. Yes, I remember you, of course. I'm taking a video. Hello. Welcome to today's live. All right. We are going to start in about 3 minutes' time. All right. For those of you who just joined, please try this question now. Hi, everyone. Hello, Jaden. All right. Okay, for those of you on Instagram, we are going to restart the live. Please give us about 1 to 2 minutes time, okay? We are going to restart the live in 1 to 2 minutes time on Instagram. Please give us a minute. Okay, I think this is much better. All right. Okay, so let me start off by introducing myself. I think I've seen quite a number of you before, but for those of you who are new to our live lessons on TikTok and Instagram, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths, and today we are going through decimals revision for Primary 5 and Primary 6 levels, okay? If you're not from the Primary 5 or Primary 6 levels, or if you have already taken your PSLE long time ago and would still like to join the live to chit-chat with us and say hi, please feel free to stay, okay? Thank you very much for joining today's live. We will begin in 1 minute's time. All right, one more time. We are going through the decimals revision. You can get this worksheet on our Telegram channel. The link is at the top. If you're able to see, the link is right at the top, right-hand corner. Okay? All right. For those of you who are already trying the questions, please make sure that you're not using the calculator because these questions are usually in paper 1 where calculators are not allowed, yeah? All right. If you have already solved the question, can you guys type in your answers on the chat as well? And also let me know your names, okay? So that I can say hi to you out loud. All right. I see quite a number of answers. I'm so sorry if I'm blocking it, okay? I'm going to move out a little bit so that you can see all the options. I see so many correct answers. You guys are right. Shall we start with the discussion of this question now? Okay. All right. Let's go through question number 1. We want to express 2.375 as a mixed number in its simplest form. So straight away, what we're going to do is to rewrite 2.375 as, let me shift this a little bit, okay? Great, now you guys can see without me blocking. We are first going to write down 2.375 as a decimal. Since I see 3 decimal places, I know that my denominator should be out of 1,000. This part, everybody able to understand? Okay, so 2 and 375 out of 1,000. And then we can further simplify this. Since we have 375 and 1,000, we can divide each of them by 125. And that is how we will get our final answer, 2 and 3 out of 8. Okay? Now, if you're thinking, 375 divided by 125, so big, how? Don't worry. You can always divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5, slowly and slowly and slowly until you reach the answer, okay? All right. Okay, so from here we have our final answer, number 4. Any questions? All right. If you have no questions, I am going to read the chat a little bit to see if there's anybody with any burning questions. Hi, Tashini. Welcome. All right. If you have no burning questions and you understand this and you think that this is very easy for you, can I get you to spam the like button for me, please? Okay, somebody is asking if this is foundation. This is applicable for Primary 5, Primary 6, and P5 and P6 foundation as well, okay? Because we are only going through decimals, which will be tested in P5 exams, P6 exams, P6 foundation exams as well, okay? All right. Thank you for all your likes. For those of you who just joined, hi, welcome to our PSLE Maths Revision series on MasterMaths TikTok and Instagram Live. My name is Coach Shahira, the Primary Maths Specialist at MasterMaths, and today we are going through the decimals revision. Okay, once again, you can get your hands on the worksheet via our Telegram channel. Of course, this is free to join, so feel free to go on to our Telegram channel to get your hands on the worksheet before the live so that you can also try it out on your own, all right? Okay, of course, this is not the only free thing that you're getting on our Telegram channel. So if you want more free resources, sometimes we have webinars and free revisions, please go on to our Telegram channel and our social media platforms as well, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook even, okay? All right. Okay, I have one question here. Somebody is asking about this question, about how we got 2 and 3 out of 8. So I'm going to repeat this one more time. All right. So first, we would have to convert this into a fraction. Please give me a second. My laser doesn't seem to be working, so I am going to restart this one more time. Okay, bear with me, All right. Yes, my laser works now. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this one more time. Okay? So, step 1. I see 3 decimal places. I know my denominator must be 1,000. Okay? For a fraction, from decimal to fraction, my decimal will either be, in our syllabus, will either be 1 or 2 or 3 decimal places. And therefore, our denominator would be either a 10, 100 or 1,000, okay? Since I see 3 decimal places, I know it must be out of 1,000. Then I have 375 right at the top and 1,000 in the denominator. Then I just have to simplify, okay? If 125 is too big for you, you can do it slowly. Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by whatever that you can divide until you get 3 out of 8, okay? I hope this is a little bit clearer for you guys. If you understood, please help me spam the like button. You can just double tap on your screen. I think it works. Thank you very, very much. All right, I'm going to move on to the next question in 3 seconds, yeah? 3, 2, 1. Let's move on. Question number 2. Okay, question number 2. Again, we cannot use the calculator. So please try this question. Express 15 tenths, 5 tenths with the THS, 15 hundredths with the THS as a decimal. So how are we going to do this? Please try this now, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to see the chat and take a look at what you guys are talking about. Hello, hi everyone, those of you who just joined. Hello, hello. We usually have our live lessons from 7:30 to 8:30. Okay, 1 hour. How do you like on PC? Good question. I am not so sure because I haven't used TikTok on the computer. But if you find out, please let us know, okay? All right. Okay. Alright, as usual, for those of you who are new, if you are not so sure and you want hints but you don't want me to go through the solutions straight away, please type in an SOS, okay? If you're not so sure on how to start but you would like me to give you some hints without revealing the entire answer, please type in an SOS, okay? Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining today's live. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 more minute. Okay, everyone. 1 more minute. Okay. For those of you who are still a little bit confused with past questions that have already gone through, please don't worry. All of our live lessons are recorded. You can always go back to the recording to watch and listen again to how the explanation was made, okay? All right. Okay, I see several answers for question 2. In fact, a lot of people have typed in the incorrect answer. All right. So what is this answer? I'm going to review the answer in 1 minute's time. Okay. The recording can be found on our YouTube channel. Okay? All right. Let's go through. Before that, I see some new joiners as well. So I'm going to repeat my introduction once more. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. And every Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m., we are having a PSLE Maths revision for Primary 5 and Primary 6 level. Okay, it's more catered to PSLE, but most of the time, Primary 5 students, our Primary 5 friends can join as well. Okay? Alright, so again, if you want to get your hands on our worksheet, you can join our Telegram channel and download our worksheet from there, okay? Alright, so let's go through this without further ado. Now, a lot of people have changed their answers. A lot of you wrote number 2 at first. There are some of you who wrote number 2 at first. And then later on, you converted your answer to number 3. So I am going to share with you the answer first, to not make you so anxious. The answer is indeed number 3 for those of you who got it eventually, so well done. For those of you who don't understand how we got 3, in fact, if you are so confused, how can it be 3? There is a 6 inside. We don't even see any 6s here. So I'm going to explain to you how we got it, okay? We have 15 tenths, 5 tenths with the THS, 15 hundredths with the THS as well. Now let's dissect this part by part. We have 15 tenths. What is 15 tenths as a number? Can you all help me type it in very quickly? Generation nowadays are very nimble with their fingers, right? What is 15 tenths as a number? Yeah, great job, Nora. Yes, 150. So I'm going to write down 150 straight away, okay? And then we have 5/10. What about 5/10? Now this time around there is a THS. What is 5/10 as a number? How do I write 5/10 as a number? What do we see? What is 5/10 as a number? HR. I'm so sorry if I'm reading your usernames wrong. You can type in your names for me. But those of you who are typing in 0.5, you are right. This is indeed 0.5. Okay, yes. Ben Wati, well done. Yep, Ali, good job. Yeah, 0.5, great. Now for those of you who are not so sure how we got 0.5, I'm going to teach you this trick that has helped me a lot, okay? Every time we see the word tens, we need to multiply by 10. That's how we put a 0 at the back, right? 150. Now when we see TENTHS with the THS at the back, this means we do the opposite because it's a decimal. So we are going to divide by 10 instead. So how I got 0.5 is simply by writing 5 divided by 10 or 5 out of 10. Okay? And that is how I got 0.5. Understand? Okay? Sure, Ryan. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so now that I have 0.5, I'm going to convert 1500ths as a fraction first. Okay? As a fraction first. Okay, so what is 1500ths as a fraction? Can you all help me type it in as well? 1500ths as a fraction. 15 out of 100, perfect, that's right. Hundredths with the THS means divide by 100 and therefore out of 100. And this is how I got 0.15 because out of 100 means 2 decimal places. Clear so far? Okay? Now, yes, Ryan, I remember you. Okay, everybody got it now? Then from here, we're going to continue. I just have to add all these numbers up. I have 150.00, okay, and then I have 0.50, and then I have 0.15. Add them up. That is how I got 150.65, answer number 3. Okay. All right. Everybody clear? Okay. Where did I get 150.00 from? I'm actually just writing 150, but because I see 2 decimal places, to add them up, I will just fill in the 2 decimal places inside. Okay? I just fill it in inside so that I can write my values aligned and have my decimal points aligned. Okay? So all these extra zeros are added by myself so that I can align my sums. Understand? Okay. All right. If you have no questions, I am going to read the chat now. Once more, this live will end around 8:30. Let's target for 8:30. Usually, we will go for about an hour. So 7:30 to 8:30. For those of you who are interested in secondary math, you can join our classes, register for our classes at mastermaths.com.sg, or you can also join our secondary maths TikTok live, Instagram live as well, tomorrow at the same time. Okay? All right. Hi, Mika. Okay. Now, I'm going to explain this one more time because I see some people struggling and I don't want to leave you guys behind. If not, you'll feel very demoralized. Now, for those of you who are already completely clear with this, you know what's going on, you can take a little break now and just maybe chit-chat with some of your friends on the chat, of course. Try to steer within the education line, okay? Or you can also help to explain this question. All right. For those of you who are still struggling, let me explain this one more time, okay? Now, step 1, I'm converting all of this into values first, into numbers. 150 is gotten from 15 tenths. Okay, 150 is gotten from 15 tenths. 5 tenths with the THS means I need a decimal. And my denominator, converting this into a fraction first, my denominator is out of 10. That's how I get 0.5, okay? Out of 10 means I need 1 decimal place. So that's how I get 0.5, okay? And similarly, 15 hundredths means out of 100. And that's how I got 2 decimal places, 0.15. Okay? All right. So now I have 150 plus 0.5 plus 0.15. You can write it. I'm going to rewrite it for you. 150 plus 0.5. Since I need to align decimal point, I will align the ones place first, then include the decimal behind. And then I have another one, 0.15. Okay? All these empty spaces, I can fill it in with zeros. 0.00 and then 0.50. And that is how I got 150.65. Okay? All right. Any questions so far? Okay, great. All right, for those of you who just joined, welcome. Once again, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through decimals revision. You can get your hands on our worksheet via our Telegram channel at MasterMaths PSLE. Okay, you can just search it up. It will appear. It should appear. Otherwise, you can just click on this link if you have the worksheet. If you got no worksheet, then type it into your browser. Okay. All right. Okay, for those of you who are very, very clear, can I get your 2 seconds to help me spam the like button, please? Thank you very much. If you enjoy the live and you think that it's very helpful for you, please remember to rope in your friends as well, okay? Get them to join and learn with you, all right? Okay. Thank you, Diana. Yes, wow, thank you for all your likes. I really appreciate it. And thanks a lot for joining us on a Tuesday night. Okay. Before we move on, can you all quickly, with just one word, help me type out how you feel about school so far? It's been, 3 weeks in school, right? Using one word, describe how you feel about school so far. Hi, Diane. Yes, Danish. Yes, okay. Danish Umay, I remember you. I'll remember you too. I see very positive and very negative words here. Stressful, oh no. Some happy, that's great. Some is meh. Some annoyed. Why annoyed? Who's been annoying you in school? Oh no. Good but bad. Why bad? Iris, it's been fun for you. That's great. Some of you feeling very stressed already. Some of you even saying that your teachers are torturing you in school. Oh no. High spirits, that's fantastic to hear. Now, for those of you who are already feeling very stressed, just in January, week 3 only of term 1, please try to take care of your health, okay? Take care of your mental health, take care of your well-being as well, okay? If you're too stressed, please take a break, drink some water, eat some good food, watch a nice movie, go out for a run before getting back to your studies, okay? All right. Okay, great. Thank you for interacting with me. Shall we move on to the next question? You need healing. I also need healing. We can all healing together. Okay, let's go on to question 3. Question number 3 now. Okay. Question 3. 28.2 divided by 4 equals to blank tenths. Alright, how do we solve this question? How do we solve this question? If you don't know how to solve, you should be able to get your first line correct or your first step done. which is just 28 divided by 4. 28.2 divided by 4, right? You should be able to get 28.2 divided by 4. So go ahead and do that now, okay? Everybody try. What's 28.2 divided by 4? Remember that calculators are not allowed in this handout, okay? So please do not use your calculators. Go back to your old trusty friend, your long division. So we have 28.2 divided by 4. Okay. Somebody is asking if we do fractions for PSLE revision. We did one last week with Coach Mo. We will let you know if the, the playlist is out, okay? We will let you know once the playlist is out. You can re-watch the recording on YouTube. Alright? Okay. Ryan, you got that right. Fantastic. A lot of you have given me the correct answer for 28.2 divided by 4. But that is not your final answer. Figure out how you get your final answer from this result here. Okay? Yes. Someone is saying, Cher, I think there's a lot of Ryans here. Yeah. There is a Ryan on Instagram. There is a Ryan on TikTok as well. There's a lot of Ryan, you're right. So many people with more correct answers now. Fantastic. How's it so far? Okay. First of all, can you tell me what is 28.2 divided by 4? Quick one. Type it in the chat for me, please. Just this answer. 28.2 divided by 4. What do we get? 28.2 divided by 4. Right, 7.05. That's great. Now, for those of you who are struggling to do this long division even, please don't worry. I'm going to show it to you now, okay? So we have 28.2 divided by 4. Now, we can use 28 to divide by 4. Of course, 2 cannot divide by 4, so there will be a 0 at the top. Now, 28 divided by 4, we will have a 7, right? Using the 4 times table. Then I have a 2. Now, 2 again cannot divide by 4. Too small, so I will put a 0 on top. Then what happens? How do I continue? For those of you who got 2 decimal places, how do you get 2 decimal places? How do we continue from here? Okay, for our P4 students who are new to decimals, when you divide and you have a remainder, you can actually continue dividing by adding more zeros to the original number, 28.2. Okay, so I'm going to add another 0 behind and then bring that 0 down. Okay, here, let me just finish this up. And then once I add the 0, I can have a 20. And now I can divide 20 by 4 to give us 5. And that is how we got 7.05. Is that clear? So far, so good? Okay. Okay? Great. So we have 7.05. But of course, you know this cannot be the correct answer, right? So we will straight away cross out number 3. Why can 7.05 not be the correct answer? Why is that so? Do we see why this cannot be the correct answer? Right? We have only solved one part of it. Just this portion is 7.05. And we need to include the other part here, which has the tenths. That's right. They're asking for tenths. So we gotta do something to this number so that we can find the blank. Of course, when we see equations like this, left-hand side must equal to right-hand side. So I know that this entire thing here must also equal to 7.05. Okay? This must also equal to 7.05. So I'm going to rewrite it at the side here, yeah? I have 7.05 equals to question mark tenths. That is my blank. Okay, I'm just rewriting this part. So far can follow? Right? Okay. Then I have a problem. But we did this just now. So let's see if you remember. What does tenths mean? If I convert into a fraction, what does that mean? What does question mark tenths with the THS, what does tenths mean? If I convert this into a fraction, what do I get? Out of 10, that's right. Some of you are typing it in, out of 10, great. So I'm going to rewrite this as 7.05 equals to question mark out of 10. Okay, that's what tenths here mean. Okay, therefore, I have question mark divide by 10 give us 7.05. So my question mark must be 7.05 times 10. And this will give us our final answer, 70.5. Okay, so the final answer is option 2. That's right. For those of you who are typing the explanations in, I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for helping out some of your peers as well. Fantastic job. Yes. Do we understand so far? Okay, before I move on, I am going to explain a little bit how we got 70.5 when we multiply by 10, okay? Again, for our P4 students who are new to decimals, as well as for some of you who have forgotten how we got 70.5 when we multiply, I'm going to introduce you to this person called Mr. David Lim. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to this person called Mr. David Lim. Okay? So who's Mr. David Lim? We don't need to know who is Mr. David Lim actually. Mr. David Lim is just going to help us remember that when we multiply by 10, 100 or 1,000, I am going to move my decimal point to the right. And when I divide, I am going to move my decimal point to the left. Okay? So, if I multiply by 10, I am going to move my decimal point one place to the right. Okay? Can follow? Okay, this is just one way to help you remember. When we multiply by 10 or 100 or 1,000, that means we are moving the decimal point to the right, either by one place, two places, or three places. Okay? And when we divide, we are moving the decimal point to the left, either by one place, two places, or three places, depending on whether it's divided by 10 or 100 or 1,000. Okay? I will talk about this a little bit more later on when we see some more questions that involve multiplying or dividing by 10 or 100 or 1,000. Okay? Why we times 10? Because this means, I'm going to write it in green here, yeah? This whole thing means question mark divide by 10 gives us 7.05. So to get the question mark, I need to take 7.05 times 10. Okay? That's why I multiply by 10. Any other questions? Okay? I'm going to repeat this one more time, alright? Don't worry, if you are still getting it a little bit here and there, I'm going to repeat this one more time. Okay? So step 1, we are going to divide. Find out what is the value on the left-hand side, which is 28.2 divided by 4. So 28.2 divided by 4 will give us 7.05. Okay? But that cannot be our answer. So that's why I crossed out number 3. Because the answer here has to involve the tenths, because it's written on the right-hand side. Alright? Okay? I cannot write 7.05 as my answer because it is blank tenths that give us 7.05. Okay, Jayden, is this better now? Okay, then from here, I'm going to continue. I know blank tenths is 7.05. and tenths means divide by 10. So blank divide by 10 give us 7.05. So to get the blank, I just multiply back the 10. After I divide by 10, I get 7.05. So how to get the question mark? I just multiply back the 10. Understand? Okay? Now, if you are clear, can I get you to again? Please help me spam the like button. Don't forget to follow us as well. And please share our live, okay? So that your friends can understand as well. Okay. Now, I have made it a little bit smaller so that you can see all of it. I'm going to zoom it back in, okay? I'm going to zoom it back in. Maybe I shift this a little bit as well. Is this better for those of you who are saying you can't see? I hope this is a bit better. Okay. Thank you for all your likes. I really appreciate it. All right. Okay. You don't know how to like on the laptop or computer, don't worry, okay? It's not compulsory to like. I can see your intention and that's really nice already. Thank you so much. Okay, shall we move on? Wow, 20K likes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the decimals revision. Once again, you can get our worksheet on our Telegram channel. Oops, I realized I'm blocking it, so let me bring it down. This is our Telegram channel, okay? So you can get your hands on our worksheet on our Telegram channel. You can just join and then download the worksheet. We will also post up the answers sometime after the live. Okay, so answers for the previous live will be posted together with answers for this live after today. All right? Okay, and once again, if you are interested to re-listen to past lives, please check out our YouTube channel so that you can watch it again as and when you like. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much for all your kind words on TikTok. That's really nice. Okay, shall we move on? All right, question 5. Now, it gets a little bit tougher and tougher as we go on, okay? Especially the last question. So bear with me. Let's take a look at question number 4 now. 0.25 of a number is smaller than 1.5 of a number by 35. Oh my goodness, so many numbers. What's going on? Let's break it part by part, okay? Now, 0.25 of a number. So part of a number, a small part of that number, is smaller than a bigger part of the number by 35. So this 35 here is also known as the, we see the smaller than, so this 35 here is also known as the what? What do you think? What is this also known as? One word starts with a D. What is this also known as? Yes, very good. Difference. Fantastic. So this is indeed the difference. Okay, difference between what? Between this portion of the number and that portion of the number. Okay? Clear so far? So this portion of the number and that portion of the number, the difference, once you subtract, you get 35. So they ask you to find the number. Please try this question. I'm going to give you only 2 minutes. Okay? If you have no idea how to start, please type in an SOS. All right. I see an SOS already. No worries. Let me help you out. The first hint is, decimals is so stressful. I'm not comfortable. Some of you may be thinking that, right? So what we're going to do, we are going to convert this nasty decimal into a very nice fraction. What's 0.25 as a fraction? Okay, some of you are using algebra. If you are great with algebra, go ahead. But some of us are not very good with algebra since it's new, right? So we are going to convert 0.25 as a decimal. It will be 1/4. Now, if you don't know how we got 1/4, you should divide it slowly. This is 25 over 100, which is also the same as 1/4. So far, so good? Some of you are getting it. Yep, 1/4. Okay? And then same thing, I don't like this nasty decimal 1.5. I don't even know what that means. Some of you may be thinking that, right? So no worries. Again, we can convert this into a fraction. Sure, I can zoom in. Does this help? I hope you can see it better. Okay. Okay, so 1.5 is the same as 1 and 5 out of 10, which is 1 and 5 out of 10, which is 1.5, which is the same as 3 out of 2. Can follow so far? Okay, so I have 1/4 of a number is smaller than 3 out of 2 of the number by 35. Okay, so that is your first step. Alright, so one more time. If you are so stunned by this question and you are a little bit afraid, don't worry. You can convert the decimals into fractions for you to work it out a little bit easily. Okay? So how did we get from 1 and 1 out of 2 into 3 out of 2? We are converting into an improper fraction. So starting from the bottom, I multiply and then I add. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So we will get 3 out of 2. Okay? How did I get 1.5? 5 divided by 5, 10 also divided by 5. I'm simplifying. Okay? On the other side also same thing. I divide 25, I divide 25. I'm simplifying. The reason why I want to simplify these fractions is so that it's smaller numbers for me to work with. Okay? Alright. Don't worry, I'm going through, okay? Those of you who are very stressed, please don't worry. Alright, let's tackle this part by part. Here you go. It's 1/4. Okay? When I divide by 5, I don't divide the whole. We do not do that. We are simplifying the fraction. The whole number here, we do not divide by 5. Okay, because when we simplify fractions, right, this is called equivalent fractions. So 5 out of 10 is the same as maybe 15 out of 30. It is the same as half. It is the same as 2 over 4. But when I do 1 and I divide this by 5, I will get 1 out of 5. This is not the same as 1 whole. So when I see the whole number, I do not divide. I leave it by itself. Okay? Okay, what can you not see? Guys, tell me. Oh no. Let me shift this a little bit. Okay, if I sit here and I shift this here, is this okay? Okay, yeah? Alright, so now I know 1/4 of the number versus 3 out of 2 of the same number. The difference is going to be 35. Okay? Now because my key phrase here is the word of. It says of a number, of the same number. Of a number, of the number again. It's the same thing. So what we're going to do, we are going to make the denominators the same because they refer to the same number. Okay? So I got to change this into 6 out of 4. Okay? Because they refer to the same number. So these 4 units is the number. Can follow? Okay, everyone? Okay, somebody is asking if this is for primary or secondary. It's targeted for primary, but you can also join if you are in secondary school and check if you can solve this as well, okay? Now, I'm going to repeat one more time. It says of a number, of the number. Basically, after the keyword of in a fraction, right? After the keyword of is our denominator. Since they are referring to the same number, we make the denominators the same. Okay? We make the denominators the same. Got it? Alright. So now I know the number is 4 units. So far so good? Okay? Then from here, I can use units to solve already. Now 1 unit of that number versus 6 units of the number, I get 35. So the difference is 6u minus 1u gives us 5u. So 5u is 35, 1u is 35 divided by 5 to give us 7. The number will be 7 times 4 to give us 28. Okay, I'm zooming past this part to show you the final answer and let you have a minute to digest this. Okay? I see that our viewership has gone up. So for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira, and we are going through decimals revision. Okay, if you would like to get your hands on our worksheet, you can get them via our Telegram channel at MasterMaths PSLE. And if you are enjoying the live so far, please help me double tap your screen and like the live. Share it with your friends and family members as well. Math mommy got headache. If your son is in P4, he can consider joining our classes at MasterMaths. Good to start early. Okay. Now I'm pausing here so that you can have a chance to digest everything that I've written, okay? Before I explain again. Please don't worry, I'm not going to jump all the way to the next question already. Okay, hang on. I'm going to repeat this one more time. Okay, for those of you who are not so sure, I'm going to repeat this one more time. Step 1, I don't like decimal, I convert into fraction. Again, I don't like decimal, I convert into fraction. Okay, convert into fraction, I get 3 over 2 versus 1/4. And I am told, somebody is asking where I got the 35, I am told that the difference is 35. Okay? So I'm told that the difference is 35, that's where I got the 35. Therefore, after I got this, even if you don't want to convert to the same denominator, I'm going to use red to give you an alternative solution. If you don't want to convert to the same denominator, you can just find the difference. 3 over 2 minus 1/4. Then you will realize, I am converting to the same denominator. Okay? So this 5 out of 4 of the number is 35. 1 out of 4 of the number is 35 divided by 5 to give us 7. Now I want the whole number, 4 out of 4 of it, so 7 times 4 to also give us 28. Clear? Okay? Any questions? Similar question like this must use the same method. Somebody is asking. If a question is has given you a difference, you can find the difference. You can use the same method. Yes, no problem. Okay? Our viewers on Instagram, is the screen okay for you guys? If at any point the screen is not okay, you can always hop on to our TikTok channel also, okay? Okay. All right. Somebody is asking if this is standard math. To be very frank with you, this is not very commonly tested in foundation math, but it tests you on the same topic under the same umbrella of decimals. So you can also join in to listen in as well. Okay? Maybe for foundation, they may, instead of giving you a decimal, they just give you the fraction straight away. Then they give you the difference also maybe, and then they ask you to find the number. That is a possibility. So yeah. Okay, so this is at question number 4. Unfortunately, it's not the last question. For those of you who are thinking there's only 5 questions like we always did last year, unfortunately, no, because the questions here are testing you on very basic things. I have added 2 more, so we are going to zoom past to the next question already, okay? Okay. For those of you who have missed out the previous questions, some that may appear in foundation math, like for instance, question 3, here is question 3, or even question 2, or even question 1. please feel free to watch our recording on our YouTube channel. Okay, of course you cannot get the recording now because it's live, but you can watch it after the live, okay? Alright, so our final answer here will be 28. Let's move on. If you are clear, can you help me spam the like button, please? Thank you very much. Okay, quite a number of you are talking about the Coldplay concert. Unfortunately, I don't have the Coldplay tickets. If you want and you want to give me, if you've got extra, please come and give me, okay? I'm open. Let me know. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Question 5 is interesting. Secondary school students can also try question 5. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to let you try question 5 in 1 minute. Not much to do here. Just shifting of things only. Okay? Given that 1618 times 3 equals 4854, find the value of 16,180 times 0.003. Okay? Someone's asking, give what? Oh, we were talking about Coldplay concerts. So if you got Coldplay concert tickets for the next few days and you want to give it to me, please. I am very free to receive it. Just kidding. Okay. SOS already. Shall I go through this question? Some of you were faster in the previous ones and may have already tried this. Okay. Wow, I do see correct answers. Fantastic. What is your name? I am not going to butcher your name, but well done. Okay. You have extra MasterMaths tickets. MasterMaths tickets for what? I didn't say this is only for secondary. I'm saying that this is very interesting. Our secondary friends can also try. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to do this very simply without calculator. Are we ready? Okay? Without calculator, yeah? So, I know that 1618 times 3 is 4854. Now, from 1618 to get to 16180, this is what they want, right? Times 0.003. This is what they want. Now, from 1618 to 16180, what am I doing, guys? What am I doing? Times by 10. Agree? 1618 to 16180, I times 10. Thank you for your emoji. Thank you very much. Okay? I cannot just add extra 0. I must understand what adding that extra 0 mean. Okay? And that means I am multiplying by 10. Got it? Okay? And then from 3 to 0.003, what am I doing? This is where I want to talk about our Mr. David Lim one more time. Remember earlier on I mentioned, maybe I just, instead of writing, I'm going to just copy paste, okay? Earlier on I mentioned, multiply means we move to the right. Divide means we move the decimal point to the left. So, oops. So, with that, I'm going to repeat this one more time. Now, from 3 to get to 0.003, I am shifting the imaginary or the hidden decimal point by 1, 2, 3 places to the front, right? To the left. Agree? Can everybody understand here? From 3 to get to 0.003, I am moving 3 places to the left. So, move 3 places to the left means I am dividing. 3 places means I am dividing by 1,000. Can understand? From 3 to 0.003, I am dividing by 1,000. Got it? Clear? Okay, I see your question A. I'm going to explain to you in a second, okay? Hang on. So, from here, I know that my answer, I need to do these two things. I need to times 10 and then I need to divide by 1,000. So, all I'm doing is taking 4854, I need to times 10 and then I need to divide by 1,000. Can follow? So, I'm doing it step by step. 4854 times 10 will give us 48540 and then I divide by 1,000. Again, divide by 1,000 means I am moving my decimal point to the left. So I am moving my decimal point 1, 2, 3 places to the left. And that is how I get my answer as 48.540, which is the same as 48.54. Okay, because this 0 here has no significant value. Okay, it has no value. So we can just drop it. And that's how I got 48.54. Got it? Okay. A, to answer your question, out of topic, but what's the difference between surface of triangle to the perimeter? Surface means we are looking at surface area. I would believe that is what the question is asking for, instead of the perimeter, which is the outline. Okay? The rest of you, I'm going to repeat this one more time. 1618 to 16180. The question wants this. So 1618 to 16180, I need to times 10. And then from 3 to get to 0.003. Now 3, let me rewrite for you, okay, at the side here. 3 is the same as 3.0. Okay, I need to get from 3.0 to 0.003. So I am moving the decimal point 1, 2, 3 places to the front. Where did it go? 1, 2, 3 places to the front. And that's how I get. Initially, it was 3.0, right? Once I move 1 place to the front, it becomes 0.3. 2 places to the front, it becomes 0.03. And then 3 places to the front becomes, 0.003. Okay? So I'm dividing by 1,000. Got it? Can follow so far? Okay, the 3, I divide by 1,000 to get 0.003. Okay? If you still don't understand, all this moving is very confusing for you, I am going to write 0.003. I think some of you cannot see. Let me shift this a little bit. I'm going to write 0.003 as a fraction, which is 3 over 1,000. So from 3 to get to 3 over 1,000, I am dividing by 1,000. Does this make more sense? Okay? This is decimals. For those of you who are new, welcome. Okay? Any questions so far? I hope this is a little bit clearer for you. From 0.003, we can rewrite it as a fraction, 3 over 1,000, which is just from 3, I need to divide by 1,000. Okay? That's how I divide by 1,000. So divide by 1,000 means I'm moving the decimal point to the left by 3 places. That's how I got eventually my answer, 48.54. Okay? Yes, I do teach P5 math, and our programs do offer P5 math as well. Okay, we have 3 locations. We have Klang Lane, which is Farrer Park MRT, nearest MRT, and then one at Tampines, and then one in Woodlands. Okay, very unfortunate that I cannot finish by 8:30, so can I please get you to stay with me? Just for a little bit more, please, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm going to move on already, okay? Promise I'm going to move on already. Okay? Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for spending your nights with me. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm going to move on now. All right, so again, our final answer is 48.54 here. Oops, 48.54. Okay, for those of you who did not catch that. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. This is also very interesting. This is on rounding, okay, rounding decimals. Ready? Okay, so let's very quickly go through this. We have 2 boxes, A and B, and the actual masses of the boxes are measured in hundredths. Hundredths means out of 100, agree? Okay, just now we learned that tenths means with the THS, it means out of 10. So hundredths means out of 100, which means I have how many decimal places, guys? Hundredths means how many decimal places? Can you all tell me? Hundredths means I have 2 decimal places, right? 2, not 3, be careful. So this means I have 2 decimal places. Okay, my first decimal place is tenths, then followed by hundredths, okay? Now suddenly after I round off, I get 15.2, which is just 1 decimal place. Okay, from 2 dp, I round off, I get 1 dp. So I am rounding to the nearest tenth. Means I'm rounding off to 1 decimal place. This is what we are doing. Understand? Okay. Alright. B also same thing. The mass of box B is rounded off to 18.7 kg. Means from 2 dp suddenly drop to 1. How come? I am rounding to 1 decimal place. Okay? So this is what the question is telling us so far. Everybody understand? Okay? Alright. I teach at all our 3 centers. Coach Irfan also teaches at all the 3 centers, but he specializes in P6 Math and O-Level E-Math, A-Math, for those of you wondering. Okay, so our 3 centers are Woodlands, Klang, which is at Farrer Park, and Tampines. Okay, great. Yes, Coach Irfan is very nice, right? Okay, I'm going to move on already, yeah? Alright, I don't want to waste your precious time since I've extended the time a little bit. Thank you so much for staying with me. Now, let's talk about the next line here. They tell us that B, after rounding off, we get 18.7 kg, and then we want to find the smallest possible difference in the actual masses of the 2 boxes. Okay? Guys, this is very important. Now, if I want the smallest possible difference, I need to know first and foremost, which one is bigger? Okay, which one is bigger or heavier in this sense? Can you all quickly tell me, is box A or box B heavier? Straight away, by eye power can tell. Box A or box B is heavier? Who is that typing box C? I don't have box C. Box B, right? Yep, you guys are right. Box B is heavier. So we know that B is heavier. So I'm just going to draw a very quick one, a very quick model. You all no need to draw this model. This is for me to explain to you how to get the smallest possible difference. Okay? So from here, we know that box B is heavier. So far, so good? Okay. I want the smallest possible difference. So guys, if I want the smallest possible difference, I want all of you to look at this model here and tell me. If I want a small difference, should my B be big as possible, or as small as possible, so that my difference here is small? Should my B be big or be small, so that my difference here is small? Small, right? Yep. For those of you who are typing small, you are right. So my B should be as small as possible. What about my A? Should it be as small as possible, or should it be as big as possible if I want the difference to be small? My difference here must be small. So my A must be big, or my A must be small? What do you guys think? A must be big. Very good. So now I know. For us to have a small difference, my B must be smallest, and my A must be largest. Okay? So far so good? Okay, then from here, all I gotta do is look for the possibilities for the masses of A and masses of B. Okay, for the mass of A here, somebody is asking, why round off to 1 dp and not 2 dp? Because the question already say, after rounding, I get 1 decimal place only. So from 2, I round off, become 1 dp. Okay? So far can follow, yeah? So from here, I need to know the mass of A. So for the mass of A, I'm just going to write down 15.2 in the center. Can you help me figure out what's the smallest for mass of A? What's the smallest possible for mass of A? it will be 15.1. I need to round this up to 2, so it will be 15.15. Everybody agree? So from here, I just need to subtract 0.05. Okay, the smallest possible for mass of A is 15.15. Because when I round off 15.15, I am going to get 15.2. This is the smallest possible that I can get. Okay, and the largest possible for A will be 15.24. I need to round this down. I cannot round it up. Okay, so 15.24. Now I cannot get 15.249. I cannot get 0.249 because they say 2 dp only. So I only stop at 0.24. Okay? Okay, so from here I just add 0.04 to get me to 15.24. So this is the largest A that I have. I can do the same for B. For mass of B, the range that I'm going to get will be, I have 18.7 in the middle. I again minus 0.05 to give me the smallest possible, which is 18.65. So far can follow? Okay, and the largest possible will be 18.74. Again, I only want 2 dp. Okay? Alright, everyone? Do we understand the range for these values? Okay, these are all the possibilities to help us get 15.2 for A and to help us get 18.7 for B. Okay, so from here I have the smallest B possible would be 18.65. Okay, therefore the difference, smallest difference would be 18.65 minus 15.24 to give us 3.41. So the final answer would be 3.41 kg. Clear? Okay, it's 18.65, yeah, not 64. Okay, what I'm doing here is looking for the smallest number, smallest 2 decimal places number that gives me 18.7 for B and that gives me 15.2 for A. Okay? So the smallest number with 2 dp that gives me 15.2 after rounding is 15.15. Anything lower than 15.15, 2 decimal places, anything lower than 15.15, I will not get 15.2, I will get 15.1 after I round off. Okay? Yes, please eat dinner and learn, of course. Everybody clear? So I get 3.41 here, okay? And then for B, same thing, I will get 18.65 as the smallest possible, 18.74 is the largest possible. Anything above 18.74, if I use 18.75 and I round off, I will get 18.8. This is not what I want. I want 18.7. So the largest possible is 18.74. Okay? Alright, now some of you are asking me to faster move on already and some of you are asking me to slow down. So I'll be in the middle, okay? Meet you guys in the middle. Everybody clear so far? Alright, if you are clear, shall we move on? At any point, if you are not clear, don't worry. The answer keys will be provided once more on our Telegram channel and our lives are all recorded, okay? So you can watch the recording again to listen to the explanation once more, okay? Alright, let's move on to number 7. Now, this is my personal favorite question of the worksheet for today. Okay, personal favorite question of the worksheet for today. I'm going to let you read this for a minute while I drink some water and think about this for a minute. Okay, for those of you who have graduated primary school, long time ago. I challenge you to this question. Try this now. How many more questions? This is the last one already, okay? Last one for today. Can we do calculus? We are not doing calculus at primary level. For those of you who need to go, don't worry. We will supplement you with the recording, okay? For those of you who are staying with me, so many of you, thank you so much for your time. This is my personal favorite question. Let's go through this question. Some of you are thinking this is very tough. But promise you this, after I show you the trick to solve, this is very simple. For those of you in secondary school or mummies and daddies tuning in to our live, I challenge all of you to this question as well. Okay. So many SOS. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to show you one tip. Okay, share with you one tip that I have shared with students a lot of time. When we don't know something in math, okay, similar to algebra, we can call it X, but for those of you who are not very comfortable with algebra, we can always call it 1 unit. Okay? So, I am going to call this number. We have two people, Alice and Bob, and they are both thinking of a number. Now, Alice is thinking of a number with 2 decimal places, and Bob is thinking of a number. But Bob go and copy Alice's number, but he moved the decimal point 1 place to the right. Okay, he go and copy Alice's number and then move the decimal point 1 place to the right and call it my number now. So that is what Bob is doing. Okay, so again, my hint is, if you don't know something, we started with Alice's number. We don't know Alice's number, we are going to call it 1 unit. Clear so far? Sorry. Okay, everybody clear so far? Okay. Now, what happens if I move the decimal point 1 place to the right? Guys, do we remember? Mr. David Lim, multiply means we move to the right, right? So when we move to the right once, means we multiply by how much? Give you an example. Okay, I have 1.23 and then I get 12.3. I multiply by how much? Remember, move to the right. Multiply by 10. Very good. Yep, multiply by 10. Fantastic. So once to the right means, this is very interesting. Move once to the right means we are multiplying by, by 10. Okay, that's what we are doing. I can't get this box up. So I'm just going to draw a freehand. This means I times 10. So far so good? Yes, please go to the toilet. You are at home. Okay, so I multiply by 10 already. Then what do I do? When I multiply by 10, from 1 unit, I multiply 10, I am going to get 10 units. Right? So now I know Alice's number is 1 unit. Bob's number is 10 units. Isn't it easy now? Okay? So now the difference given is 18.72. So 9 units is 18.72. That's it. And then you can find 1 unit and you can find everything else later on. Okay? Got it? Suddenly become very simple already, right? So 1 unit will be 18.72 divided by 9 to give us 2.08. Okay? Are you old enough to learn this? You are never too old and never too young to learn anything. Okay, I'm going to repeat one more time. When I multiply by 10, that is what I'm doing to the decimal point, moving once to the right. Okay, that's what it means. I move the decimal point once to the right means I multiply by 10. That's why I suddenly get 10 units. Okay? So now 1 unit is 2.08. The sum will therefore be 11 units. So that's 2.08 times 11 to give us 22.88. Ta-da! Done. Simple. Please go toilet if you want. No need to ask me, okay? You guys are at home. So funny. So our final answer is 22.88. Is everybody clear? Hi, Akit from MasterMaths Sec 1. For those of you who don't understand, I'm going to repeat this one more time. This green color portion here. Okay, example. I have 1.23 versus 12.3. I am moving the decimal point one place to the right. Okay, and what I'm doing is move decimal point once to the right. And how I got 12.3 means I take 1.23 times 10. I get 12.3. So move one place to the right means I times 10. Understand? Okay? So I move one place to the right times 10, and that's how I got 10 units for box number, and the difference 9 units is 18.72. The sum is 11 units. Find 1 unit first and then multiply by 11. Got it, everybody? Okay, do we understand? Very interesting question, right, this one? All right. If you are clear and you found some useful tips and tricks, or you've learned something from today's live lesson, from me, once again, I'm Coach Shahira, can you please help me spam the like button? Thank you very much. Thank you so much for spending your evenings with me. And once again, I'm really very sorry for extending the time today to go through all of these questions. But thanks a lot for staying with me. I hope all of you learned something today. Okay. Okay, how I got 11, it's the sum. 1 plus 10 to give me the sum 11 units. Alright. For those of you who need to leave, I will see you guys again next Tuesday on our live channels on TikTok and Instagram. Once more, I'm Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. If you are free, for those of you in secondary, please stay with us for the next live on Wednesday, tomorrow, at the same time, 7:30, okay? And we have a P6 Science live class on Mondays as well, 7:30 as well, by Coach Sure. So come on and join us also, okay? Thank you very much. What am I saying? Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. If you have more questions, I'm going to stay for about 2 more minutes, okay? To see some questions that you might have. Otherwise, good night. Remember to eat well and sleep well. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye. Good night. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. Don't end yet. Okay, I won't end yet. Tomorrow is secondary life. Yes. Every level can join. Okay? Every secondary level can join. Some may treat it as revision. Some may be learning new things. Thank you. Have a good night too. Thank you, everybody. If you have more questions, please feel free to type it in. For those of you going camp, all the best. Enjoy your P5 camp, I think. Science TikTok live and Instagram live will be on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. What time do we start the live tomorrow? 7:30 as well. Good night. I can go through the previous question again. I will leave this here for one last minute and then I'll go through the previous question once more, okay? Okay, ready? What is your name, dear? I'm going to go through the question for you, yeah? For those of you who are not so sure about this question, I'm going to go through one last time, okay? Okay, one more time. We are given the actual masses of 2 boxes measured in hundredths. Means I have 2 decimal places for the masses of box A and box B. Okay? And then they say box A is rounded off to 15.2 kg and box B is rounded off to 18.7 kg. Means I don't know the original, but I round off already. Then I get 15.2. Same thing. I don't know the original for B, but I round off already. Then I get 18.7. Okay? So, I need to know what are some possibilities for me to get 15.2. It cannot be just one number, round off, and then get 15.2, right? There must be a couple of possible numbers, right? I've never taught music before, for those of you who are asking. Okay, coming back to this. So my possible numbers, the smallest possible that I can get for box A when I round off to give me 15.2 is 15.15, okay? So if I take 15.15 and I round off to one decimal place, 5 I need to round up, so I need to add 1 to this place here. I will get 15.2, okay? And then same thing, any numbers in between here will also give me 15.2. Now if I take 15.14 and round it off, unfortunately, I will get 15.1 instead, not 15.2. So I need it to be at 15.15. Okay? Bye, good night for the rest of you. Okay, so 15.15. If let's say I take a middle number here, 15.19, I round off, I get 15.2 again. Right? What about something that's bigger? If I round 15.21, 1 I round down, I will get 15.2 again. So I can continue this so on and on and on, and I will realize that the maximum that I can use is 15.24. This is the biggest that gives me 15.2. Anything more, let's say 15.25, when I round off, I am going to get 15.3, also not what I want. Okay? Yes, you're getting it. Fantastic. Okay, so the largest possible is 15.24, the smallest possible is 15.15. In the same manner, okay, I can do the same thing for mass of B also. I will get 18.65 as the smallest, 18.74 as the largest. Okay? Then since I want the smallest possible difference, now B is the bigger one. So if I want B, the bigger one, and A, the smaller mass, if I want their difference, okay, since B is bigger, A is smaller, if I want their difference to be small, okay, if I want their difference to be small, A must be very, very big, and B must be very, very small, so that the difference here is very tiny. Understand? Okay, A must be very, very big, B must be very, very small, so that the difference here will be tiny, so that they can meet somewhere here. Okay? Therefore, out of all of these numbers, I don't just anyhow pick one number for B. I pick the smallest one, 18.65. And for A, I pick the biggest one, 15.24. So that my difference here is the smallest. Okay? I hope you understand now. Alright. Okay. Wow, there's still quite a number of you online. We ended this like a few minutes ago. Yes, I'm waiting. No worries. You're welcome anytime. Okay. No need to copy the questions, dear. Don't copy the questions. Waste your hand energy. Go on to our Telegram channel. Download the question from there, okay? Good night. Can I teach until 1 a.m.? Hello. I need to sleep also, please. Yes, sure, go ahead. Or how about, right, instead of copying, you just screenshot? Isn't that better? Okay, you can just take a screenshot if you need. Okay? Alright, I'm going to end the live in 2 minutes. How come our viewership keep increasing? For those of you who just joined, hi, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. Very unfortunately, we have ended the live some time ago already, about maybe 5 minutes ago by now. Okay, we have gone through all the questions. If you would like to watch our live lessons, please go on to our YouTube channel to watch the recording. Okay, we will have another one next week at 7:30 p.m. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, tomorrow we will have one as well for secondary math. Okay? Alright, good night everybody. I'm going to end in 3, 2, 1. Remember to eat well and sleep well, okay? Good night.